Fresh pressure is mounting on former Prince Andrew, legally known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, after newly released Epstein files triggered renewed calls for a sex trafficking investigation in the UK. According to reporting by the Daily Mail, flight logs show Jeffrey Epstein's private jet landed dozens of times in Britain, with allegations that young women were transported on board. Andrew has repeatedly denied wrongdoing, but the scale of the claims is now pushing politicians and former officials to demand police action. The Daily Mail reports allegations that some women arriving on Epstein's aircraft were taken to royal residences with minimal security checks, claims that have not been proven in court but are intensifying public scrutiny. Former UK Prime Minister Gordon Brown described the revelations as one of the gravest scandals connected to the Epstein network and urged law enforcement to examine whether earlier investigations missed critical evidence tied to British soil. Brown wrote in the New Statesman that incomplete flight logs and unidentified passengers suggested authorities may not have fully tracked who entered the country or why. He argues that if trafficking routes passed through UK airports, investigators must determine whether British laws were violated and whether earlier probes were too narrowly focused. At a tense Washington hearing, Ted Lieu challenged Attorney General Pam Bondi over redacted Epstein residence photos, arguing they suggest a trafficking victim under federal law. Bondi defended the Justice Department's actions. Andrew has not been charged and continues to deny all allegations tied to Epstein.
You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
You twice.
I've been claiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that?
Trump. I want to move on to another question.
Can I answer your question about protecting?
You answered the question.
You're saying no.
In Britain, former Victims Commissioner Vera Baird told the BBC that the landscape has changed due to new disclosures, arguing police should reassess earlier decisions not to pursue a full criminal inquiry. She said references to UK airports in the files represented information that was not previously available to investigators. Political pressure is also growing inside Parliament. Labour MP Sarah Owen said Andrew should answer questions from both police and lawmakers, while ministers responded that investigative decisions sit with law enforcement rather than government. Buckingham Palace has said it would cooperate with authorities if approached, while distancing the monarchy from legal matters. Police forces, including the Metropolitan Police and Thames Valley Police, have confirmed discussions with prosecutors, according to British media, though no formal charges have been announced. Legal analysts note that jurisdictional complexity, with alleged acts spanning multiple countries, has long complicated efforts to build cases connected to Epstein's network. The renewed storm shows how the Epstein scandal continues to ripple years after his death, entangling institutions on both sides of the Atlantic. For Andrew, who stepped back from royal duties and lost official titles, the reputational fallout is ongoing. Whether the latest document releases lead to a reopened investigation remains uncertain, but political and public pressure is clearly intensifying.